Hello, and welcome to Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter, a podcast where Dr. O from All Creatures Every Spine interviews doctors and animal owners that utilize animal chiropractic to get their unique perspectives. Yes, it's really a thing. Dr. O utilizes his 30 years of experience as both an animal chiropractor and veterinarian, and to dig deep into the discussion of complex issues affecting the lives of your animal friends and companions. Join us for this educational episode. Thanks for joining us for this portion of the episode as Dr. O begins to answer the question, what is animal chiropractic? He will look at how the chiropractic adjustment is a valuable and viable treatment for what ails your animals.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter. I'm Dr. O, and I'm excited to have you joining me today. Let me start with a simple but important question. What is animal chiropractic? A lot of people hear the term, but don't always understand how powerful this approach can be, especially when it comes to the world of competitive athletic dogs. So today, we're diving into our topic, enhancing performance and mobility in canine athletes. Animal chiropractic focuses on the relationship between the spine, the nervous system, and the body's ability to function at its highest potential. For dogs who compete in sports, whether it's agility, flyball, dock diving, or herding, this connection becomes even more crucial. These athletes push their bodies to the limit. Every jump, sprint, turn, and landing demands precision, strength, coordination, and flexibility. And just like human athletes, they benefit tremendously from chiropractic care that keeps their bodies aligned and functioning properly. One of the biggest factors in athletic performance is joint motion. When a dog's spine or joints are restricted, even slightly, it affects the way their entire body moves. It reduces stride length, slows reaction time, and forces the dog to compensate in ways that can lead to injuries later on. Chiropractic adjustments help restore normal motion to these joints. When everything is aligned and moving as it should, the dog can generate more power, maintain better balance, and move more fluidly through every obstacle and challenge. Flexibility isn't just about stretching, it's about allowing the body to move without pain or resistance. Many athletic dogs experience tight muscles or subtle imbalances that limit their flexibility. Over time, these small restrictions can create bigger problems. Chiropractic care helps relieve tension, support spinal mobility, and create better communication between the brain and the body. The result, a dog that moves with greater ease, confidence, and flexibility. This makes a huge difference in sports like agility, where dogs twist, climb, weave, and jump at high speeds. A flexible dog is a safer, faster, and happier athlete. Stride efficiency is a major performance booster. When the spine is aligned and the nervous system is communicating clearly, dogs can take longer, smoother, and more powerful strides. This translates to faster sprint times, cleaner takeoffs and landings, better endurance, improved overall performance. A dog whose stride is efficient doesn't waste energy. Every movement is purposeful and strong, giving them an edge in competition. One of the most overlooked benefits of chiropractic care for canine athletes is its ability to reduce injuries before they ever occur. When the body is aligned, muscles work evenly, joints experience less stress, and the entire structure moves as a unified system. This is how chiropractic helps extend a dog's athletic career, not just by improving their performance today, but by protecting their health for years to come. So that's the power of animal chiropractic in the lives of competitive dogs. It's not just about adjusting the spine, it's about unlocking the dog's full potential, ensuring their movements are smooth, strong, and efficient, and keeping them healthy enough to do what they love for as long as possible. And remember, the body heals one way only: above, down, inside, and out. So keep your animals adjusted. Thank you for joining me today, and have a lovely day.
Make sure to visit our website, allcreatureseveryspine.com, where you can subscribe to the show and learn more about getting your animals adjusted. If you are in the Meridian, Texas area, drop in on a Tuesday afternoon to get your animals adjusted. If that isn't possible, schedule a consultation on your animal's health with Dr. O. You can also purchase a copy of Dr. O's book, Yes, It's Really a Thing.
What is going on, everyone? My name is Stan Smith. I'm the CEO of X-Dog and the inventor of the X-Dog Weight and Fitness Vest. What is the X-Dog Weight and Fitness Vest? In a nutshell, it is the world's greatest harness for dogs. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're looking to build muscle, combat obesity, address anxiety issues, high energy, you want to suppress that energy level. If you just want to take the average walk and turning into a health improving workout, we made it so convenient to exercise your dog that you literally only need about 30 seconds a day. It doesn't matter if you're doing basic obedience training or compete at high level dog sports or in protection sports. The X-Dog Weight and Fitness Vest can enhance it and take any type of daily lifestyle to the next level. If you want to be part of our mission of eliminating canine obesity or just being a part of our team, make sure you go to teamxdog.com. As always, man, I want to thank you for your time and your support, and Team X-Dog strong.
Your active dog needs more than water to rehydrate. Replenish Dog Water Supplement is an all-natural powdered water flavoring, prevents dehydration and provides vitamins for your dog. Created by a veterinarian and rooted in science. Give your dog the care they deserve with Replenish.
Standard Process is a third-generation family-owned company in rural Wisconsin. You could say we just make nutritional supplements, but we know we're changing lives. We grow ingredients on our own certified organic farm without pesticides or herbicides, because we think they should be as close to nature as possible. Quality is our priority. That's why we do everything right here, from hand-picking the seeds to delivery, so you know exactly what goes into every bottle.
Join us as Dr. O interviews a certified chiropractor, veterinarian, or an animal owner. These enthusiastic people explain how they utilize animal chiropractic to alter the lives of the animals in their communities.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Animal Chiropractic Clinic Chatter. I'm your host, Dr. O, and today I have with me a chiropractor from way out in California, Dr. Haworth. Tell us a little bit about your practice out there, ma'am.
Okay, don't call me. I see, older dogs, and I see a lot of sport dogs, different sports. I do agility myself, so I see a lot of agility dogs, but I see dogs in all kinds of sport.
Yeah,
right now, I have one of the top Vizslas in the country, and some other conformation dogs, and nose work and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we see a lot of bite work dogs down here. And
that makes total sense.
And we try to train the decoy, but
didn't work.
Well, I mean, it does, but then every once in a while they get a new one, and they're not used to some of my high performers. They will not let their dogs train a new decoy
Oh, I see. Well, that makes sense.
because they're like, no way. Because I've looked at pictures and they go, how come my dog keeps getting hurt? And I look at their pictures up on their wall and I go, well, look at that dog's neck. It looks like a Z. And,
Yeah.
And, when we did the agility work that we looked at, we did a few years back, Dr. Amy and I looked at dogs that jumped for a living and dogs that didn't jump for a living. And dogs that jump for a living, almost 80% of them had whiplash lesions
Oh, that's
when they jumped for a living. So like the conformation dogs didn't, except for we had one place that was confusing because they had conformation dogs, which shouldn't jump for a living, but about half of her dogs had whiplash. And she had 2 tiers of kennels.
Oh.
And so dogs that lived in the top tier of kennels jumped out every day.
Yeah.
And so they did jump for a living, even though she had answered no. When we went back and looked at her dogs, because why do your dogs not fit the pattern? And she said, okay. So then we said, who lives in the top row? And we put that down. And then when we looked at their data, they all had whiplash. So, so that's why, because that jarring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, I don't know if you've noticed it with your dogs or not, but if you're a half a step behind or a half a step ahead, you can miscue your dog sometimes.
Of course.
And then they enter the weaves in the incorrect lead, or they jump off the wrong leg, or,
Or smash into the jump itself. Yep.
Yeah. And then why'd they have an accident?
Well, I always assume it's my fault, so that I directed them wrong.
Yep. Yeah, we did that. We had a deal where we set up cameras and had everybody go through the obstacles 6 times each way. And then we looked at how the dogs did, and it was like, well, none of these dogs are the same every time. They would be like the same. So we had 12 videos and they'd be like almost the same 6 or 8 times. And then the other times would be like, and when you started looking where the handler was, that's what made the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some competition in Southern California just this week where they had to do 12 sets of weaves back and forth.
Oh, 144 weaves.
And so I saw a number of those dogs.
After.
Yeah. After.
Yeah. We looked at, what we saw was one dog, almost had strained a cruciate really bad, just in the weave poles. And she was like, how in the heck? Well, when we went back and looked at the video, that's one cool thing about agility. There's almost always video evidence of
That's true.
every practice. And instead of swimming through the weave poles, she went through this way and then this way. And the further she got down the weave poles, the more perpendicular to the poles the dog's body was. And so the stifle, or the cruciate, was actually like twisting on every, like the last 2 or 3 poles. So it's a sideways torque instead of driving. And it was like, so we showed her that video and she was like, holy cow, I guess I need to up my game.
Yeah.
To keep my dog healthy.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what's one thing you wish everybody knew about animal chiropractic?
It works. Sometimes when I tell people what I do for a living, they start laughing. And it's like, go ahead and laugh. It's a great job. I do a lot of good for a lot of animals.
Yep.
Actually, I do have to tell you this. I had a mountain lion as a patient. at one point. The woman who had him was the lion tamer at the LA Zoo. About 25 years ago, the LA Zoo almost got their accreditation lifted because they were crappy. They weren't doing the things that needed to be done. And they sold off all of her lions, and she was able to get some of them back. And like she says, you never know when they're babies, if they're actually you're going to be able to work with them. And she had 6 mountain lions. This one I could work with. None of the others we could work with, but it was great seeing a mountain lion. That was fun.
I bet. We do a lot with appendages on our arms. So we'll use a short mallet or a short, so that, and you can still feel, and we'll do it through a small cage.
Oh,
And I'm not putting my hands in there like we do. I do PBR bulls. I do big old bucking bulls. And we know that dogs that jump for a living get whiplash, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So do bulls. And whiplash lesions are lower cervicals. So there's no way I'm putting my hands down at the junction of the low neck on a bucking bull.
Yeah.
But we will use a little mallet, with an appropriate amount of length, find where we need to be, just like we would with our hand normally, right? And then tap it with a very small tap, and it's amazing. So we can keep everybody safe.
And you don't need a huge amount of pressure.
No, it's just a little tap, a little quick thing. Yeah. It's not like we wail on it or anything, but yeah.
Have you seen some of the pictures of chiropractors adjusting animals?
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible. It's just horrible.
Yes.
Craning their necks. I don't get it.
And part of the problem is, like, Dr. Amy and I have done a lot of videos. We've had a lot of crews out here. We've had film crews. We had a TV show for a year, and there are no videos of us adjusting. We turn the cameras off.
Oh.
Because that's what it looks like.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
I know. That's it.
And so the before and after videos are spectacular, but people go, if they see you do it, they go, oh, I could do that.
Yeah. I understand.
Yep. So yeah, it's not the hard part about when we teach animal chiropractic isn't about how to do it. It's about when and where to do it. And not to, if you've got a 17-year-old paralyzed dachshund that comes in, you're not going to adjust every joint in his body. He's going to be sorer tomorrow than he was today. But if you've got a 3-year-old world champion agility dog that comes in, you're going to check every joint in his body probably.
They can handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can't let too many toxins out. So yeah. What would you tell chiropractors that are thinking about adding animal chiropractic?
Go for it. You kidding? Go for it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
California, go ahead.
In California, as a chiropractor, you really have to have a vet in your back pocket. So when I first was certified in animal chiropractic, I was just doing it anywhere and everywhere. And I got these really lovely letters from the vet board and from the chiropractic board that said, if you get caught doing this, like willy-nilly again, you're probably going to lose your license. So I only work out of veterinary offices. And the people that do livestock usually have a vet accessible on the phone.
Right. Yeah. The guy by the name of Baron Hogue and the CDC, the Central Chiropractic Defense Council,
Uh-huh.
the CDC, is trying to change the laws and so that all 50 states are similar.
Uh-huh.
And they had it. They're getting close, and they got real close last year. With it being just AVCA certified, you could adjust an animal without veterinary supervision. But of course, then the people that are IVCA certified, which when you and I started, that wasn't even an option for us.
Mhm.
We got AVCA certified because that was the only thing you could do.
Yeah.
And then there's 7 schools that still have AVCA certification and 1 school that has both. And so,
Do they do the same stuff? Do they do the same work?
it's options. There's the only school that you can do for IVCA certification, which is where you and I went. But when you and I went there, we had to get AVCA certified.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's fine with me. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. And now there's a diplomate available. The ICA is going to have a diplomate available soon. The
So-
International Chiropractic Association. Well, it's just more schooling if you want it. Not everybody wants it, but it's going to help promote research, promote, more publications. Because to be a diplomate, you'll have to do some writing.
Uh-huh.
The case report or an actual article. But yeah,
I see.
so that should be up and going within a couple, 3-4 months, I hope.
Well, that's interesting.
We'll see. And I think your law has been tabled till next year, so. And so is Texas, but I know they haven't given up on it yet, so.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. So I think it'll changing soon.
Can I tell you my story of how I got into this?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear how you got started.
So about 25 years ago, I had ovarian cancer, and the likelihood of me being living through it was about 10%. And so I kept thinking, great, I'm going to be on my deathbed thinking, oops, I forgot to see animals. So I went through chemo, and as soon as I got out of chemo, I went and got certified by the AVCA. And the pattern of ovarian cancer is that you get it, and if you don't die from that one, you get it 2 or 3 years later, and then you die. At least it was at that time. It's changed over the years. And I never got it again. And I love it so much. It's the cancer actually did me a lot of good.
Yeah. So we were in the same class at Options, I believe.
You were a teacher of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where did you go? Did you go to Parker or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you went to Parker in our first year. What year did you go?
I don't remember. I don't remember when I went. But it was shortly after I had cancer, so it was 20 years or more, maybe 25 years.
So 2003 or 4 would have been when it was.
Probably. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah, we started there. And I started there because I needed CE.
Oh.
I was too broke to go back to Davenport, Iowa and get CE.
Oh.
And so I called and asked how come there wasn't anything in Texas, and they said, why don't you do something?
Oh.
So I put together just a 20-hour CE so I could get my CE, right?
Uh-huh.
And turned it in, and they said, okay, we approve it. And oh, by the way, if it's all right with you, we're going to have our annual meeting in conjunction with your CE.
Oh.
And I said, okay, well, what do I need to do for that? They told me, and I was like, I just moved to Dallas. I don't know where any of the good, where a nice, reasonably priced hotel would be, anything like that.
Uh-huh.
So I went to my receptionist and I said, hey, I need a hotel, and this is what we're going to do. And she said, well, why don't you just have it at Parker Chiropractic College? And I said, where? And she said, Parker Chiropractic College. It's in downtown Dallas. My husband goes to school there, and one of the deans is a veterinarian, so I'm sure they'd let you host it there. And so we did. So we had an annual meeting there. The ABCA annual meeting in 2002 was actually in Dallas, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And Fab Mancini walked by and saw there was a lot of interest in animal chiropractic. I think we had like 26, 27 people there. And he said, you know what? This is a thing. Let's have a program here at Parker. And so we started the program, and we had our first class in 2003.
Did you design the program?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it still going on there?
It still is. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not very bureaucratically correct.
Uh-huh. That's okay.
I taught there from 2003 till 2012 was my last year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And then we started ACEs, which was a good deal for us.
We have more interesting classes. I mean, I've certainly been to, the get together towards the year, but you have more interesting classes for me. I mean, I'm married to a man who, even in his profession, he's known as a supreme biomechanist. And so he and I have gone the route of gait analysis for years and years.
Yeah.
We've only been practicing for 45 years. And when I first got out of school, we got together with some other people who liked mechanics, and that's all we talked about. So I find it really fascinating.
Yeah. And it's the thing I find out about when you start looking at gait and chiropractic together.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be really good at gait if you're really good at finding subluxations, because if you find the subluxation, the problem in the gait will take care of itself.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to figure out that it's in this finger.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. We just do the chiropractic adjustment, remove the vertebral subluxations, and let the body heal itself, because that's what we do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing. So, one of the big things we hear is that, I don't know where I'll find clients, or like, oh my gosh, how will I ever find a vet to let me work in their office?
No, I've worked for quite a number of vets.
Yeah.
And they're fine. I make money for them.
Yes.
So you're fine with it.
Yeah. You make money for you make money for the vet. And the big thing, though, is when we start talking about money, you save the client's money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're talking about how much money we make as veterinary animal chiropractors, and we're talking about how much money we make for the vet. And then, but if you're an animal owner listening to this, if you go to an animal chiropractor, you will save money.
Absolutely.
You're going to prevent injuries. You're going to prevent emergencies. I can't say that they'll all be gone, but man, you'll sure have a lot less. Of our clients, like the horses we have adjusted, we've never had a well-adjusted horse run through a fence.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't make stupid decisions.
Because they feel okay.
Yeah, they feel okay, and they know that plastic bag that's blowing around over in the pasture isn't a lion trying to kill them. And so they get along better. I mean, we just lost. We have 10 horses here for students to practice on, and we just lost one of our the patriarch of the herd. So we're having some jostling for position, see who can be top dog now. And even that, they're not really getting real nasty with each other. They're like, oh, well, I know you want to be top, but you're not going to be.
Mhm.
And so everybody's kind of, and it's been going on about 2 weeks, but they're starting to calm down a little bit. And you're going to see that in any herd, I think, when you change the dynamics. I mean,
Or pack.
or pack, you bet. Yep. Yeah. And, we were talking earlier about how performance, every animal has to perform, right?
Mhm.
And so even the old dogs have to perform.
Mhm.
We don't think about it as performance, but it is. And
Right.
I had a dog come in and they carried it in a box. And we adjusted it, and it had really bad arthritis in both back legs. It was probably 15 years old already. And so we need 3 visits, and we did 3 visits, and then we said, okay. And they go, well, it's getting better. Let's do 3 more. So we did 3 more. And we were out at about 6 visits, and it was about 3 months into the treatment. And it's like, this dog was just he couldn't hardly get in the clinic. And then I'd adjust him, and then he could walk, but man, I just said, man, I don't know that we're doing any good for your dog. I said, maybe we should think about something else. And the lady said, just a minute. Sorry. I never know which story is going to get me. So she went out to the car and brought her 32-year-old Down syndrome daughter in. And the Down syndrome daughter went, oh, Daisy, and went right on hugging her and, and sat down, and she goes, that's the dog's owner. And it takes me 45 minutes every morning, the mom said that, to get my daughter out of the house. And so when Daisy was paralyzed, I didn't have an extra 45 minutes in my day to make sure that Daisy got outside to pee and poop, to make sure she could get to the food and water bowl, to make sure all that stuff was happening. Now, you keep adjusting her. She does all that stuff on her own. Yes, we're working on, we know it's not going to be forever, but it is. I don't think Daisy's suffering, do you? And I said, no, she moves slow. She goes, yep, I think so. Daisy lived 3 more years.
Wow. That's amazing. What kind of dog was Daisy?
Some kind of a mix, gray, probably mid-sized dog,
That's remarkable.
Just a cross. And every time, and I'd say, man, I don't know if we're doing any good. And she'd say, do I need to go get my daughter? I say, nope, I'll see you next month.
I ask in cases like that. I always ask. I say, I'm not here to rip you off. If we're not doing any good, we need to find something else.
Right.
For the most part, almost everybody says, oh no, I'm bringing them back. Even if I do something else, I'm bringing them back.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's amazing what we can do. And I can't tell you how many people have written letters that say, my vet gave me no hope and you did, so thank you. And it's great,
that's
so good. Yeah.
Hope.
Yep. Yeah, we're hope doctors. You adjust your dog and maybe you'll get on the podium next time. That's your hope. Yeah. So what's the most unique sport dog that you've ever adjusted?
I don't know. People around here do a lot of nose work, a lot of what's the one where they basically chase a rabbit? And
lure coursing.
Yeah, lure coursing, and a lot of agility. I can't think of anything really bizarre.
Well, have you had a Great Dane agility dog yet?
I'm not sure.
I've had a Great Dane and a miniature rat terrier.
Oh yeah.
So
Little
both extremes.
Yeah. I have seen some humongous dogs that do agility.
Yeah. And you're like, okay. They're not speed demons. Let's just put it that way.
A lot of dogs in agility aren't.
Yeah.
It's just fun to do dog.
Yeah. And I always, like, when we're teaching students and we're here talking about, gait analysis, and you have to make sure that you know the goal of the owner.
Uh-huh.
Because there are some people that will come in and you go, like, I'm sure you podium at least half the time you go to a show, correct?
Me?
Yeah.
I have with another dog. My current dog was he really grew up during the pandemic, so he's taking a while to mature.
Okay.
But I've been to USDA Sinosport, their nationals.
Right.
A huge amount of times.
Right. And so if I ask you how your weekend went and you say, not very good, it just means you didn't podium.
You know what? No, I'm not completely non-competitive, but if I do something and the dog does something we've been working on and it works, it's like, hallelujah, we did it.
Yeah. Well,
I have a good time with my animal.
And I've had people come in though, and their dog is so subluxated, and I go, oh man, I won't make the comment that you probably didn't do very good this weekend, and I'll be like, how'd you do? Oh, we cued every run.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, that's because for them that was a good weekend. They had no disqualifications. That
is a good weekend.
Yeah. But the next competitor that's trying to make it to the world team, it's like I was 0.3 of a second off the podium, and so it was a bad weekend.
Believe me, I see those.
Yeah. And so it's both extremes that we get in agility, and we help everybody,
Absolutely.
We got to know their goals though. And it's important to know the goals for all these animals when they're paralyzed, when they're, if a dog is paralyzed, are we going to get it back on the podium? Probably not. But if a dog is paralyzed, are we going to help it get it to where it can go outside to pee and poop by itself? Yeah. Most of the time, yes. And that might be the difference between keeping the dog around or euthanizing it for a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
So it's a huge, huge thing. So any words of wisdom you have to young animal chiropractors?
Oh, just keep at it. Keep at it. And especially here in California, find yourself a vet, which isn't that hard to do. I've worked for a number of them. And it's not like everyone in the office, every veterinarian refers to me. But after a while, if I've been there long enough, one office I've been in right now, I've been there for almost the whole time I've done animal chiropractic. And the other office, I've been there, I'm not sure, maybe 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're just starting to refer to me. But they see the value in it.
Yeah, it just took them a while. But as long as you were giving them a little money, they didn't really care.
Yep.
Yeah. So cool. All right. Well, if I happen to be out in your neck of the woods, how do I get a hold of you if I have a dog I need to get adjusted?
Just call me. I make my appointments.
Okay. Can you give your number or your email or website, something?
I forget what my website even is. But my number is 310-435-0663.
All right. And what part of California are you in?
South. In Los Angeles County.
Okay. So if you're in Los Angeles County and need a dog checked on, just go ahead and give Dr. Haworth a call. And
heard those fires, right?
Yes.
We were evacuated.
Yeah. So every dog in your county needs a chiropractic adjustment to help it become overcome the toxins from the fire,
There you go.
and even the toxins that are still laying around on the ground.
Oh yeah, they're closing beaches because of the toxins in the ocean.
Yeah.
As-
So,
As the one of the fires was really close to the ocean.
yep. So we need to make sure we get those dogs adjusted after, catastrophes like that.
Hmm.
Yes. The three things cause the vertebral subluxation, which leads to needing a chiropractic adjustment, were thoughts, trauma, toxins. So, a huge amount of toxins in the environment. I'm sure the thoughts in the household were panic. And when the owners are panicked, the handlers are panicked, the dogs panic, there's no way that they can't have bad thoughts, because they don't know what's going on.
I know.
And they just are feeding off the owner. And then trauma, and I'm sure they all got gently picked up and put in the car.
Some people left their dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they came back to get them, but there's a fire. How do you leave your dog?
Right. Mm-hmm. We had 5 Great Pyrenees loaded up in the back of a Subaru, back seat of a Subaru, with a border collie and 2 boys.
How did you do that?
Well, it ended up being that we didn't. It was tight. We didn't have any clothes. We didn't have any dog food, but we had every living creature in the car ready to evacuate. And then it was like, well, the hurricane didn't come. So it went from a category 5 to nothing. And being in the profession we're in, it was how you don't want to go too soon because there's people that might need you. And so we had everything was ready, and we had made sure everybody fit. But, yes. And then we, thank goodness, did not have to go, but we were ready.
We were evacuated 10 days. But the worst part was the traffic, because all the roads that we usually don't go to get to work were shut down.
Mm-hmm.
We were spending 3 to 5 hours a day commuting. It was awful.
Wow.
Just stopped 10 days ago. We just started getting our roads back 10 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a huge, huge thing. And, the fires out there, and we don't hear about those things, If you're not in it, you don't really hear anything about it.
Yeah.
We happen to have some friends in North Carolina, that were in the mudslides and the floods, and all that stuff. We don't hear about that anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's over.
I know.
They still haven't found everybody.
Wow. That's awful.
And the worst part about it is probate. I know. So you have somebody missing.
Yeah.
And you would think it was closure, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're not coming back at this point. They know, because it's been so long. So, okay, well, let's move on with our life, right? But we can't sell anything. They can't even do the will or any of that stuff, because you have to wait 7 years if there's no body.
Oh, that's awful. That's really awful.
So all your insurance money's tied up, all your, because they can't find the bodies, and there's like thousands of bodies out there.
Wow.
That they can't find, and and so it's, yes, we're not back. Nobody's back to normal yet, but the people that have lost somebody really can't even start to get back to normal for 7 years.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah. If there's no body, it's 7 years.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah. So makes, and you said the road, everything that everybody has something in their life.
That's right.
And like with your ovarian cancer, we hear all the time, I'm gonna start animal chiropractic when?
Oh,
I got to do this, but then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to start animal chiropractic.
well, it gave me a push. Sure.
And you said, no, I'm going to do it because I don't want to be on my deathbed and say I didn't get to do it.
Yeah. And it changed my life.
Yep. It changes a lot of people's lives.
I bet.
We change because it changed your life.
Uh-huh.
How many animal owners' lives have you changed?
A lot. Yeah.
Yep. And you either change it by increasing the length of their human animal bond with their favorite dog. You started them going to the chiropractor because they realized it worked.
Uh-huh.
And then the one that we don't always get follow through on is how many young people have gone to chiropractic school because of your work on their dog or your animal.
I have no idea. Absolutely none.
I saw one lady at the AVCA a couple years ago.
Uh-huh.
And she walked up to me and she goes, "Hi, Dr. O, how are you?" And I said, "Fine." And she goes, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Nope." I'll be honest. Nope. And she said, "I'm so-and-so. And 8 years ago, you worked on one of my polo ponies."
Wow.
And I was a junior in high school and I was going to go to vet school. And instead I went to she actually had a twin sister.
Uh-huh.
And they were both going to go to vet school.
Uh-huh.
One went to vet school and the other one went to chiropractic school.
Uh-huh.
The one that went to chiropractic school and got certified in animal chiropractic is working like 3 days a week, maybe 4 at the most, having a ball, loving life. And her sister was working like 60 hours a week, a residency, just dreading every morning and not getting to do the stuff she worked with or she enjoyed. And so she said, "Well, thank you so much for helping me see a better way." And I was like, but I didn't talk to her about it. I never said, "Oh, you need to be a chiropractor."
Your example.
Yeah. And so we don't know how many people we help that way. I have a lady that you probably know. She was the secretary for the USDAA for a long time.
Okay. Who was it?
And, Liz Armstrong.
Okay. I don't know her personally, but yeah. Okay.
Anyways, she had a lot of dogs. And we were doing a podcast with her, the same podcast. And she said, "Dr. O, I have a bone to pick with you." And I was like, okay. And in my back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to have to edit this out. And she said, "I have too many dogs." And I'm like, okay, how's that my fault? And she said, "Well, I always have 1 or 2 dogs in training."
Mm-hmm.
How many dogs do you have in training right now? How many dogs do you have in training? You said you got 1, right? Yeah. How many do you have?
We have 3. We have 5 dogs, but one's retired from agility. The other one at the moment is lame, and I think he may be retired. And we have 3 dogs that we're training.
Right.
Yeah.
Training and competing. Well, she always had a couple that she was working, a couple that were competing, pretty heavy because she was, she had 1 dog, Riggs, that was the only dog the first dog to win USDAA and the AKC agility the same year at the same height.
Oh, okay.
So she had the first dog to do that. And then she always has like 1 or maybe 2 retired dogs, right? And at the time of the podcast, she had 1 or 2 dogs in training, one or two dogs that she had 2 dogs that she was competing with, and she had 4 old retired dogs that were, and she said, they just don't die. She said, you just keep adjusting them and they just hang around. I said, oh, well, I guess I can handle that bone to pick, right?
Uh-huh.
So she said, it used to be after they retired, they'd pass, and now they just stick around. So anyway, all right. Any parting words of wisdom to animal owners that aren't using animal chiropractic?
Use it. What else is there to say?
Yeah. Okay.
Use it.
Yeah. Find somebody that's certified and get checked out. Don't be using some of those guys on YouTube.
No. Oh my God, no. They're awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
And everybody out there, remember, the body heals one way only, above, down, inside out. Keep those atlases adjusted.
If you are or know a veterinarian or chiropractor, or a student of either of these professions, visit our website, Animal Chiropractic Education Source, to see how to become certified in animal chiropractic. Start improving the lives of the animals around you. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the ACES channels so that you never miss an exciting episode.